And record. Okay, here we go. So, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to work. Um, it's shoulders, upper body, some continuation of what we worked on Friday if you were at the park with me. But also, we're going to work on posture. So, I want to read a lovely quote that someone shared with me the other day, and it is what has inspired today's class. And in the meantime, go ahead and grab your blanket. I'm going to get you all settled in and then I'm going to read the quote. Grab your blanket and just fold it into, a little burrito, not too high, and place it on your yoga mat. You may or may not need an extra blanket or pillow for your head. And then you're just going to lay over that blanket. Whew, and let the arms go above the blanket. You're either cactus pose or whatever feels good. Now, the key here, and I'm going to sit back up in a moment, the key here is to not have your head hanging down in space or overly arched. So either lengthen the back of your neck or put a little low something under your head. What we're hoping for here, as you probably can feel, and you may want to keep your knees bent for now and lengthen through the tailbone for now, right? As our spines start to warm up, one of the key areas of posture issues, right, is right between those shoulder blades, where we can start to really get rounded, and then the shoulders roll forward, and then the head has to compensate. So we're going to start there. If you get uncomfortable in any way, even if you're already uncomfortable, you can always take the blanket out or make it a lot flatter. All right, so just find yourself nice and comfortable. Try to relax through everything else, right? So soften the whole front body, relax the arms and the shoulders. Don't hold anything really tight. And I'm going to read this quote to you that was found in the Magnolia magazine, of all places, and it's a beautiful quote. It says, "Our days are shaped by how we move through them. Our postures say something about how we're showing up for ourselves, for others, for the big moments and the quieter scenes. A new point of view, even just a turn of a page, can open us up to reconsider how we position ourselves to the world we live in. What's visible can become tangible in how we carry ourselves throughout a day. Being present and connected to ourselves, being present and connected with others, with intention. Everyday postures can take on the power of presence." So breathe that in and consider how our posture, our body language, the way we carry ourselves in the world can speak volumes about where we are, whether we are open to what is in front of us, whether we are protective, closing up. So as you lay over the blanket, just take a nice deep breath in, everyone. Relax through your head, your neck, your jaw. There should be a little bit of space between the teeth so that you can't tighten through the jaw muscles. And as you exhale, maybe exhale and press the back body into the blanket just a little bit. So just a little bit of a press down. And as you inhale, let it float up naturally. Don't overarch or over move. And as you exhale, let it all come back down to the floor. Good. Few more right here. And exhale, let it go. Good. Last one. Feel your expansion of ribs. Exhale it all the way back down into the blanket, into the floor. And then straighten the right arm overhead. Keep it soft though. For me, because of the blanket, my hand is touching the floor, but the rest of the arm is off the floor. And then straighten both legs. If straightening both legs hurts your back, please keep one of your legs bent. And then stretch your right arm and your right foot away from each other. And then take the right arm out to the side, pause. Take it down along your hip, so you might go over the blanket and then circle it all the way back around until it's overhead again. Good, one more right here. You're gonna take it out to the side. As you circle it around the front of your body, the palm will turn, the shoulder will turn, and then reach it overhead, and then release it back down to cactus pose. Take the left arm up and overhead, soft, just feel what's happening here. So as we play with posture, right, as we play with shoulders and chest and back, we want to see what it feels like. Where is the tightness? What do we need to do? There should be no pain here. And then take the arm out to the side. Allow it to circle across and in front of you. Bring it back overhead, pause. Good, one more, circle down to the side, down along your hip, circle it around, bring it back overhead, pause, take both arms overhead, and then draw the shoulder blades down. So you're gonna feel your shoulder blades kind of drag down on the blanket, bend both of your knees, feet are back to the floor, hold here and stretch. And release the arms, bring your knees to your chest. If it's okay for you, tuck your chin, curl your chin, and bring your chin up toward your knees. Oh, good. Hands come behind your head, your feet come back to the floor. Little baby crunches here. So you're going to roll down over the blanket and then you're going to crunch up. Now, when you crunch up, don't pull on your head. You should be able to let go of your head. The hands are there just to support. Good. And squeeze up. Focus on the belly. Exhale as you come up. Good. Squeeze, everybody. At the top of the squeeze, maybe you pause and really feel that. Good. Let's do 5 more. So 5 and 4. Good. 3. Whew. And 2. And 1, and let go. Let the head go back over. Want you to press into your feet, curl your tailbone, lift your hips. Lift your hip. Ooh, hamstring cramp that quickly. Good. So you're just barely, come on, hamstring. You're just barely lifting the hips. Take the elbows and press the backs of the arms into your blanket. So you're in a low bridge. You're pressing down into, if your hamstrings are wanting to cramp like mine are, just take the legs down for a moment or the hips down. Press the backs of your arms into your blanket and then pulse up with the hips. Good. So breathe. So pulse. We're going to squeeze the glutes, start to work the legs. 3, 4. Shoulders are back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold right here. So this is almost like bridge pose with a little bit of a training wheel, right? So we've got that middle back, that behind the shoulder blades, pressing up through the blanket. We've got the arms pressing into the blanket. The chest rises a little bit. Feel your feet, feel the glutes work. Inhale, big deep breath. Exhale, curl it all the way down. Whew. All the way down. Relax the arms, turn onto your right side. And have that blanket right underneath the ribs on the right side. Now, your head, you can prop it. You can lay on your arm. I didn't cue this. You can grab a block, especially if the head tends to really dip toward the floor. You can grab a block and place that on the side of your head and feel this blanket at the side ribs. Your legs are bent. Good. And then take the top arm, reach it up and stretch it over your arm. And then bring it back down. And notice where that arm goes, right? Does it tend to roll? Keep going with the arm. Notice if it tends to go in front of your chest, or if you can keep it more or less at the side body, maybe up and over the ear. Good. One more here. And reach. And then take the top leg and straighten the top leg. Extend the top arm over your ear. Lift the top leg a little bit. So you're hanging out on your side body here. Both of those limbs extended. Want you to bring elbow to knee. So squeeze it in and reach it out. Good. Squeeze in. And 3. And 4. Good. And 5. Let's do 5 more. 5. 4. Notice the extension in the shoulders. And 2. And 1. Breathe, stretch. And take the top leg up. Reach with the top arm. You either hold on to your ankle, your shin, your thigh, or your big toe. Pull, or not really pull, but draw that top shoulder down as you hold and extend through the leg. If your hamstrings are really tight, right, we didn't do any real stretch there. You might have a bent knee or a more bent knee. Good. Release that leg, turn the toes, release the leg down. Whew, bend that knee, your stacked side body, and then turn over and let's go to the other side. I'm just going to really turn all the way over so I don't have my back to you for that long. So again, make sure that blanket is laying over the side ribs or under the side ribs. Support your head and your neck. Your knees are bent. Hold the lower belly in. Extend the top arm over your ear. And when you're ready, release it down. Inhale, take it up and over. Maybe the fingers touch the floor or close. And down. 3 more, just like this. Remember the breath, right? The great reliever of stress, of tension is so simple. It is just your breath. Good. Last one here. And release. And then straighten the top leg. Lift it a few inches off the floor. Take the top arm overhead and stretch your body. Good. 10 times. Knee to elbow. 1 and 2. Whew, breathe. 3. Just a little bit of core work here. This is probably easy for most. And 4. And 5. Breathe. Let's do 5 more. 5. Don't forget to extend out. 3. And 2. And 1. Stretch. Take that top leg up. Take the top arm up. Reach for whatever you can grab. Don't overreach. Everything else should be down. Breathe. Maybe you find your big toe. Maybe not. Maybe it's the shin or the knee. Big deep breath. Good. And then release. Take it all back down. Bend your knees. I want you to push up off your side and move the blanket out of the way. Come to a seat, everybody. You can sit up on your blanket, up on your block. Choose your seat. Now, for my regular students, which is everybody out there and in here, we've done this many times, but I want to come back to this little bit of a reminder. You're going to take that strap behind your back, right at the shoulder blades and right where that blanket was. And find evenness on either side of the strap. Hopefully your strap's long enough. Throw one side of the strap over your shoulder, throw the other side of the strap over that shoulder, and then reach behind, find your two ends, and draw it down. So it's over each shoulder. It starts at the back. Sorry, I'm giggling at Cease over there. It starts on your back. It wraps around like you were putting on a backpack, and then draw it down and just press down. Now, for some of you, that's as long as your strap is, and already feel that. I love this. I forget about it sometimes, right? It just pulls the shoulders back and down, and I don't know, it feels like it puts everything back in the groove, right where it's supposed to be. So one, you're here. Two, if your strap is long enough, I want you to crisscross it in the back. Hold on, still hold on to either end, and then just draw down gently and sit. And then notice, how does this feel in your body? Are you overarching because the shoulders are pulling back? If so, you can tone into the low belly a little bit. Take a deep breath, exhale it out, and notice that, at least for me, posture, how we carry ourselves, also tells us how much energy we have out there in the world, right? If we're here, there is zero energy happening. If we're here, it's like, oh yeah, I can breathe better. Therefore, I'm getting more oxygen to my vessels, to my muscles, to my cells. I have more energy, right? So breathe here, everybody. Just feel that. Another deep breath. Exhale it out, and then simply turn the head one side, other side. Go really gently here. Don't force anything. Good. One more, both directions. And come back to center and release it. Set your strap aside. Good. Shake out the legs. We're almost done with the floor work. I have been doing more floor work these days. I don't know why. All right. So you sit any way you want. If you want the legs straight, if they're straight, fire them up. We'll get a little leg work there. If you'd rather sit cross-legged or up on a block, that's okay with me. I want you to take one shoulder and just kind of move it back and forth. You can circle it, just play with it and notice, right, this shoulder joint, right? Get a lot of issues here in the shoulder joint. We can get bone spurs here. We can get lots of congestion, rotator cuff injuries. There's just tons and tons of stuff. So where is yours? And when you move that arm, that shoulder, what do you feel? Like, go even slower. If I stretch here, what muscles are stretching? If I pull back here, what muscles are stretching? Can you take your hand to the center of your chest and just stretch through the chest and then bring it forward and stretch through the chest, right? Depending on stress, on work, on daily habits, this can be really tight. And then take that same arm overhead and stretch it over to the side. And if you want to let go of the other hand, you can stretch more. And inhale, uphold the beach ball and let go. Shake it out. Change the legs if you want. Same thing, other side. Start to notice, like depending on the way you're built. And I'm picturing several of you who I know are online with me right now. Depending on how you are built, just your physical structure and the work that you do, right? How is it that we continue, or how is it that we resist the body's natural tendency to roll forward, right? Based on your body structure. Breathe. right? Check it out for you. Where is it? And then take a hand to the chest. Resist as you open and close. We played with this on Friday, so this should feel pretty normal or at least familiar. Take the arm up, stretch it over. Maybe you let that hand come down, stretch a little bit more, and take it up. Whew, good. Roll it out, everybody. And then let's come to table pose. From table pose, we are going right to downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, let's pedal it out. Ooh. And as you pedal, like feel the stretch, right? Feel the stretch as my shirt goes flying of your legs, of your hamstrings. And breathe. Stay down there. And breathe, right? So just feel the stretch of the side body, feel the stretch of the shoulders. Notice if you habitually lift your head, right? You should be looking kind of toward the toes. The arms hug your ears, sort of, or at least are in your ears. If you're looking up, the strain on the neck can be really something. And then take your feet wide on your mat, walk your hands back, bend your knees, take your hands to your knees, whew, and come on up. Oh, and roll it out. Grab your strap. So make sure you have at least the buckle end if you have a super long strap. Depending on how big and wide and tall you are, you might be able to double it up and then go wide on your yoga mat. Take the toes out so that when you bend your knees and your feet line up. Watch this curl in thing, right? It's so easy. Resist. Resisting is the glutes, right? Allowing is the tightness through here. So can we press out? Grab a hold of your strap, take it up, and bend it behind you. Now, this kind of work, you can get really tight in your neck, head, shoulders. So keep it loose, my loves. All right, so you're here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze down. And squeeze down. Take it up. Squeeze. Where are you? What's happening to your chest, right? What's happening to your head? Exhale. Up we go. Take it down. And squeeze. When you come up, squeeze, like pull the strap. One, that'll activate the upper back. Two, squeeze your butt, right? That'll activate the hips, glutes. And down and up. Last one, I want you to hold and breathe right here. Make sure your squat feels good, right? Belly is toned, all that stuff. The shoulders are up. And then just take it up and squeeze. And two, if this hurts the knees, see, sit back more. Sit your butt back. Yep. And if this hurts, by the way, you can come to standing. I know, right? So I'm moving the arms to distract you from what's going on in your legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it up, bring it forward, and stand up. And shake it out. And then step the legs back toward each other. You're going to take that same strap behind the shoulder blades. You can double it up or not. It doesn't have to be doubled up, but it's right behind those shoulder blades, right? And then take your hands forward, almost like robot hands. Feet or hips width apart. I want you to draw the chest forward and then bend the knees. And think about this. What is this? Chair pose. Simple, simple, right? The knees are not curling in. They're staying neutral for you. The butt is back so that you're not leaning too far forward on the knees. The strap is pulling forward to lengthen the chest. Find your breath. Breathe. Good. And then stand up. Release the strap and just throw it over one shoulder. And then grab it with the other hand. So you've got one over the shoulder and one down by your tailbone, or really by your sacrum. So same thing, I want you to come into your squat. Now, notice what happens, right? It's like if you pull with this hand, with the forward hand, that chest is just going to collapse. I want you to pull with the other hand and breathe. And notice how that pulls the chest up and keeps the tailbone moving down. Release the strap, hands to heart. Notice the chest didn't have to collapse. Maybe take the arms up. Again, notice the chest is not collapsing forward. Breathe. And what are you doing with your head, your neck? Find your breath and stand all the way up. Shake it out. Switch sides with your strap. Simple stuff here. Gonna hold on to that strap with the same side. You're gonna reach back and down. And right here, it's like, if you want a little shoulder work, right? A little shoulder stretch, just take that strap at the muscle and go, oh, easy, gentle, gentle. All right, here we go. Your legs are hips width apart. 10,000 ways to use a strap. All right, bend into your squat. Remember to sit back, and I mean sit back, right? If there were a chair behind me, I would be sitting back in that chair. So from here, if I pull on the front strap, what's it gonna do? It's gonna pull me forward. Instead, I'm gonna pull with the back strap to pull me upright, to feel the shoulders press back. Find your breath. Let go of the strap. See if you can hold on to the shoulders. Tone that belly, right? Tone that belly in. Maybe the arms come up, chair pose. Woo! Using those legs, everybody. Use the legs. Take a deep breath and stand up. Exhale, let go. Beautiful job. Come on up to the front of your mat. Set your strap aside, but grab your blocks. And notice again, how's it feel, right? There is a middle space between this and this. Find the middle space and breathe. Inhale. I'm just full of myself this morning. Exhale. Come on down. Now, when you're in your forward fold, you know you can take your hands to your blocks. Tone the belly in a little bit. You don't have to take hands to blocks, but if it makes sense for you to do that, notice where you have your head. Right now I'm demoing what not to do, which is I'm kind of looking between my blocks and cranking on my neck. Instead, I want to let the head go. Bend your knees, everybody. Step back with your right leg. Grab your blocks, take your hands to your blocks. You can take the right knee down. If you can, stay straight forward with the right foot. So it's not turned off to the side, both feet pointing in the same direction. Tone your belly in, like start to move into a cat pose. Take your hands to your knee. Don't let your head come up until the very end. Push off your knee. Raise your chest, raise your shoulders, pull them back, head is up, arms come up, big old squat or big old lunge, find your breath, and everybody but me, Cal, I'm joking, bend your back knee. Careful, Miss Betty, right? So this might hurt the knee, don't do it if it does. This is using all that leg strength. And then push the back leg, exhale your hands to your blocks. You're going to step forward. So push up, step forward, find your breath. Your feet are hips width apart. Bend your knees. Hands come to knees. Move back into a cat pose. And then lift the chest. And then pull the shoulders back. Head lifts. Chair pose. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Exhale it to your heart. Roll your shoulders back and shake it out. Right? So you start to see the connection here, right? Right? All of this moving. If we are coming from here and we don't lift the chest, right? Then we have too much weight here, all that rounding stuff. Don't do it. Come on back to the front of your mat. Inhale it up. Exhale, forward fold. Your choice of forward fold. Make sure your blocks are where you can reach them. Step back with your left leg. Squeeze the inner thighs, right? We know enough about lunges, whether your knee is up or down, to make sure your lunge is stable. So from here, push into your blocks to cat pose your spine, if that makes sense. So round the back, hands come to your knee. Let the head be the last thing to rise up, as if you were going to unfurl a flower and then take the arms up. Or a fern. Think about a fern, and it's all tight, and then it opens up. And find your pose. Work with the legs. Bend the back knee as an option. See, it's in my head now. We have to do it. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. Find your breath. I always walk my blocks forward if I'm going to step forward. You're here back in your forward fold. Bend the knees. Sit back in your butt. Curl your spine. Hands come to heart. Let your thumbs lift your chest. And the arms come up. Oh, big deep breath. Big deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, everybody. Exhale, let go. And then just grab both blocks. Yeah, open windows as need be. And then squeeze the block between your thighs. And you know you can go long ways or short ways. And then check out your feet and see if they are parallel to each other. And breathe. Take your other block to your sacrum and plant your hands on that block any way that feels okay. And notice what happens to the shoulders. Like right now, my shoulders feel rolled forward. Don't really want that. So I'm going to lower the block. Take it down to your cute little behinds. Roll the shoulders back. Draw the elbows towards each other. Give the block a good squeeze. That's it. Just breathe. Now draw the head back in space, right? If you were in Friday's class, we talked about the hyoid bone. Draw that back in space and feel as if you could walk with a book on top of your head. And just get that sense of where is it for your spine. Even when you're young, I see students, or I see young people all the time. They're on their phones, they're on their books, they're really like doing this. And you're young and resilient, so you got to come up here. So we come back to that quote. How do you carry yourself out in the world? What is the message that you want to portray out there, right, in the world? Release that block, just stick it on top of your head. Whoop. See if you can find a balance spot. I've been watching an etiquette show. Maybe this is where this is coming from. And breathe. And how does it feel? And can you get taller in your posture? And then grab your block and grab this block and take both of them back to the floor. And then just find mountain pose. And it's like, oh yeah, like what's happening to my body? What is the feedback? Does it feel good? Does it feel weird? I know one person, Betty will know who I'm talking about, that has become rounded to the point where it hurts for him to stand up. Let's not get there. Let's not let that happen. And it hurts because the muscles in the bone are just not used to it. All right, come on back to your front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down, everybody. Ah, beautiful long poses. Even if you're only halfway down, we stretch out those lovely hammies. Step back, right leg. Find your lunge. Remember, you can come down, knee down. It is awesome and perfectly okay. Take your hands to your knee. We're doing what we just did. Curl and then lift. And find that pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find your breath. We're going to transition here. Be gentle, be careful here. We're going to transition to warrior two. So hands to heart. Turn your back foot to the side. Let the hips turn to the side. Your front knee did not follow you, right, Miss Judy? Right? It's still pressing out. Take the arms out. Find warrior two. Where is it for you? Take the back arm, reach it forward, pull it back. Good, reach it forward, pull it back. Betty, watch your front knee as well. And pull back. One more, reach forward, pull it back, and then take that hand down. Reach the arm up. Notice what you do with your body, with your spine. Maybe look down at the back leg for a change. And then take the front arm to the front thigh, extended side angle. Where do you naturally go? Right? So press that arm into your thigh and as if you could push your body away from it. And then take the top arm over. Notice, are you gripping your front toes like I just was? Push more into your back foot. And then circle that loose arm. Breathe. Open. Last one. Take the arm up. Push back up to warrior two. Here's the hard part. Going back to lunge, please be mindful. Hands come to heart. So here we have our center. Start to look toward the front knee. Turn the back foot. Nice. Arms up. Exhale down to your blocks. If you want, just push off, step forward, move the blocks forward. Shake it out, everybody. Bend your knees, hands to knees. First curl, then lift, and stand all the way up. Shake it out. I am just going to turn to the other side. I always stay on that end. I don't know why. It feels almost weird over here. But at least I get to look and see. All right, here we are. Same thing. Other side. Find mountain pose. Find the posture. Find the pose, right? Find how you want to carry yourself out in the world, especially women, especially young women. They're here. Ugh. All right, here we go. Lift up. Exhale, forward fold, everybody. Just shake it out. You know the drill. When you're ready, the left foot steps back into a lunge. You can lower that knee to the floor. Want you to engage the belly. Fire up your legs. Take your hands to your knees. Curl in through the belly, but then lift the chest, torso. And find your lunge. Arms up. Use your breath. Notice where you're tight, not tight. So another interesting thing, if your psoas is tight, and I don't talk about this too much, but especially one of my guys out there who I know bikes and runs, if psoas is tight, torso upright is tough. Maybe you have to bend the back knee to release that psoas a little bit so that the torso, so the body can come upright. All right, hands to heart, here we go, right? We're gonna transition, purposefully turn, bring the chest sideways, tone the belly, check the legs, open the arms. When we do from here to here, that front knee will tend to wanna roll in. So check the front knee, Judy, check the front knee. Ah, bring the front hip back a little bit. Ah. Breathe. And then take oh, sorry, take the back hand, reach it forward and pull 5 times, like you're pulling back a bowstring. Good. 3 and 4 and 5. Pull back and then drop the back arm. Come into exalted warrior. Breathe. Maybe you look down. Maybe you tuck the chin. Maybe you just look forward, right? Neutral. And front arm comes to front thigh, but try not to sink in. Notice these underside ribs, draw them in, and then take the top arm over the ear. That's it. Push into your back leg, everybody. Unleash your front toes, those ones that are gripping a hole in your mat, and circle the front arm. Big circles. Don't forget to breathe. This is your posture work. This is moving and grooving through that shoulder. Take the arm up, take it overhead, push up. Come back to warrior. Take your hands to your heart. Begin that transition. Turn the back foot. You're back into a lunge. As you exhale, hands come down. Push off the back foot to step forward. In your forward fold, just pause, just breathe. That's it. Bend the knees, everybody. Hands come to knees. Come on up to standing. And shake it all out. Just shake it out. Come into just a regular pose, just a regular standing mountain-ish pose. One hand to your chest, the other arm extends out. And then pull that arm out as if you were just barely trying to touch something. And pull it back in. And reach it out. Pull it in. Good. Just one more here. Reach it out. Keep that reach out. Take the arm up. Keep your hand on your chest and come into a side bend. Inhale up. Both arms up. Exhale down. Shake it out. Same thing other side. Take the hand to your chest. Roll the other shoulder back and open it up. Now, you can keep these legs active, by the way, right? Engage through the hips and the glutes. Keep them active. And then reach it out. And drop back in. Reach it out. And in. Good. One more here. Reach, hold, and take it up. Stretch it over. What are you doing with your head, with your neck? Keep it neutral. And reach up, reach both arms. Hold the beach ball. Exhale, take it down. Shake it out, everybody. Go wide on your mat again. Find your breath. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees to your level. You can just barely bend, right? I'm okay with that. Find it what works for you, because I know we got lots of tweaky knee, hip things going on. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. When you exhale, bring the elbows together. See if you can touch. When you inhale, open. And exhale. Open. Good. And 3, squeeze. Open. And 4. And 5. Good. Tone that belly. 6. And 7. And 8. I know, we're almost there. And 9. Last one, 10. Squeeze in. Open up. Spread the arms. Turn the palms face up. Roll those shoulders down. See if you can bend a little more. Sit way back. Sit way back. And then stand everything up. Touch. Exhale to your heart. Roll the shoulders. Walk it in. Shake it out. All right, it's like I had Betty and I were talking about this years and years ago, doing stress tests for the fire department. And this doctor had me running on a treadmill And I was getting out of breath. And he said, it's not about how out of breath you get, it's about how quickly you recover from that activity. So as soon as you stop and walk, does everything come back to neutral when you're done? So think about that when you're out there pushing your heart and making it work. It's okay. Just come on back to neutral every single time. All right, back to the front of your mat. We are all done with this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands are to box bend or bend the knees, step back, right leg. We got one more round of this. Roll the hip back. If you can, bypass the knee, squeeze the belly, reach it up, everybody. Use your breath. Turn your back foot to the side position. Warrior two. Breathe. Take the back hand down. Exalted warrior. Take the front hand forward, either elbow to knee or lower, extended side angle. Push everything up, warrior two. Turn your body forward, lunge. I know those are interesting transitions, aren't they? Hands come down to your blocks, listen up. Straighten your back or straighten your front leg. Drop your back heel, pyramid pose. Use your breath. What are we doing with our shoulders in pyramid? Did we go back to the rounding thing, or can we lengthen? Your blocks can be up high, they can be at medium. Your hands can be on the floor. All of that's okay. Bend your front knee. This is going to be optional. Walk your blocks forward, push off to stand on one leg. Check the head, check the neck. Let the legs do the work. One, you're here. Two, release your left hand or same side that you're standing. Release it back. Variation, warrior three or airplane pose. Take your hand back to your block. Just bend your right knee, set it right down to the left. Hands come to knees and lift up. And breathe. And notice how quickly we come back to, right? Awesome. All right, other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands are on your blocks. When you're ready, step back with your left leg. Now I invite you to transition past the knee. It takes more core, a little more balance, but you can always stop at the knee, okay? And get your leg stability first. So here we are, let's take it up. Think about it, think about what's going on with the legs. You can always bend the back knee if you're just feeling super spunky. Otherwise, transition, warrior two. How's that pose feel? Do you feel strong? Do you feel solid? Back hand goes down, top arm goes up. Good, release. Extended side angle. Breathe. As you release, take it up. Breathe, transition. Find your pose. Hands come down to your blocks. Short step. Pyramid pose first. So sorry. We want to make sure those hammies are open. Pyramid pose first. Front hip rolls back, back hip rolls forward. Torso gets long. Take the coming out. Even if you got to come up high, right? Take the rounding from between the shoulder blades out of that spine. And now when you're ready, bend your front knee, walk your blocks forward, press up, lift up. Don't make it harder than it is already. Just find your core, your leg, everything active, releasing the right hand if you want. Place that hand back, bend your front knee, back knee, step, feet on the floor, hands come to your knees, and come on up. Just shake it out. And then circle one arm. Circle the other arm. Circle both. Circle the other way. Shake it out. All right, well done, everybody. I'm just grabbing my blocks. We're gonna be taking it back down to the floor. So back to the front of your mat. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Step back to downward facing dog. Find your dog, pedal out your feet, little slight tone to that low belly. And then inhale, tippy toes, exhale down, come to a seat. All right, so I know all of you have that song in your head. I feel good. I knew that I would now, right? So, right, it's like, yeah, all right, we got this. I'm confident we got this. All right, little bit of core work. Dun, 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 dun. I usually try to get all the core work out of the way in the beginning, and now I'm sneaking it in toward the end. Hands come behind, open up your chest, your shoulders. Check out this whole alignment, right? Where are we? And just lean back a little bit. From here, dig the heels in, take the arms out, open up your chest, breathe. Take one hand to your chest. Boof, right? It's like a heartbeat. Lift that chest up. Take one foot off. Breathe. Psoas work too, right? Core and psoas. Lower that heel. Take the other leg up. Keep the chest lifted. You'll be able to feel, right? As soon as it sinks, lift it back up. Drop that down. Take both hands out. Open up both shoulders. See if you can lift the heels. Heels both, one heel, then the other. It's okay. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Woo. Roll over. Use your breath. Still sitting or sitting. You might want to turn sideways for this one. I want to make sure knees stay on the floor. So if you want to sit wide ways, take the feet out wide and windshield wiper the hips. So we brought our focus to upper body, but we sure as heck worked the lower body, right, in the process. And breathe. The next time your knees are over to the right, go ahead and pause. Sit up on that right hip, draw the left leg back. Your right hand goes to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, maybe you come to elbow. And breathe, and then stretch, big side stretch. And inhale up. Option here, 1, you're here or in your side stretch. 2, you're gonna press into the knees and lift and stretch again. That's not gonna be for everybody, right? Breathe and take it up, take it down, release. Hands come behind, windshield wiper again. Same thing, other side. You're gonna let the knees come down first. Reposition that back leg. I don't know anybody that doesn't reposition somewhere, whether it's close or further back. Feel what feels right on you. You're leaning into one hip. Your hand comes to the floor. Reach the arm up. Either side bend here, or for most people, easier if you drop to the elbow. And stretch, maybe make a little C curve here. And reach up. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to press into the knees and stretch a little more. And release. Release the legs. Take those legs back to center. Arms out. Chest lifted. You're coming all the way down to the floor. Do it on your count, but go slow. Here we go. Down, down, down. Don't let the head drop. All the way, all the way, all the way until you are back down on the floor. Knees are bent. And just pause for a second here. Let everything kind of, and whenever I come back to the floor after movement, I just give my spine and the muscles of my back a chance to recalibrate. All right, arms are in cactus pose if that is comfortable for you. If it isn't, because of shoulders, take them down at your sides, palms face down. But then press the upper body in, lift the hips just a few inches. So posture really starts from the feet and moves all the way up to head, neck, shoulders, right? It's not just the shoulders, even though we tend to go there. If your arms are in cactus, go ahead and take them down to the sides of your mat and just gently hold on to either side of your mat, like a little soft grip there. Press the backs of the arms in. Still don't lift the hips a whole bunch, but then march in place. Just march in place. And notice, go slow enough that it's not just momentum. Notice if you're really over swaying, you're going to sway a little. But the big thing is to notice if those hips drop from side to side. Try to keep the hips level. And breathe. Keep marching if you can. If you've had enough, just hold your bridge. This is transverse abdominis work. And then pause and hold your bridge. Hands are holding the side of your mat. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to take your left foot to your right knee. You're just going to tap the heel of your left foot on top. Working that glute a whole bunch. Breathe. Lower that foot. Recalibrate. Come back to center. Switch sides. And breathe. You may notice one side easier than the other, right? It's that difference in strength from one side to the other. Release. Press both feet in. Maybe the hips come up a little bit higher, more of a bridge pose. And then lengthen your tailbone and take those hips down to the floor. Ah, that feels better. We got one more core thing and then we're going to stretch it all out. Take the legs to 90 degrees. You can take your thumbs underneath your sacrum if you want a little extra back support. Flex your feet. The more the knees move away from your hips, the more core. And we're going to tap heels. So try not to bring the knees anywhere near your belly button. Just tap opposite heels. Don't do both at the same time. That's hard on your back. But don't forget to breathe. Now, some of you don't need your thumbs underneath. This is all core. If you touch your belly, it should feel like those muscles are engaged, right? The whole time. Don't forget to breathe. Here we go. Rocking and rolling, everybody. Keep it going. Keep reaching. Keep working through belly. Come on. Let's see if we can do 10 more. We probably have done 20 already. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, knees to chest. I knew you could do it. I knew it. Keep the right knee in, stretch the left leg nice and long. You can take your hands behind your right knee. If you need to or want to keep your left foot on the floor, go ahead, do that. And then reach through the left leg and feel that nice stretch through the front of your left psoas. Let the shoulders be heavy, super heavy. We are just hanging out here for a moment. Optionally, if you want, the right leg straightens up to the ceiling. Still, the arms, shoulders are soft. Try not to reach. And then consider how we present ourselves or how you present yourself out in the world. Is it with openness and a smile and eye contact and kindness? Is it closed up into your own world or head into your phone? I mean, not that any of it is bad, but consider how you are present in the moment, in your world. How do you walk out there? Bend your knee. Release that leg down to the floor. And bend both knees, both feet to the floor. Draw the left knee to your chest. Hold it in. Straighten the right leg. You know, I think about this a lot. I was walking with my brother the other day, and he and I both say good morning pretty much to everybody that walks by us. And he said to me, he said, you notice how almost no one says good morning back. And I said, I do notice that, and I'm going to keep on saying good morning. I'm not going to let that take me down, right? I'm going to stay open to that possibility. So 1, you're here. 2, you straighten the left leg. Relax your jaw. And another friend, one of my writing group friends, I need to look this quote up, but I love it as well. She said, hope is an active, hope is an active form of rebellion or something like that. I need to look it up. But I also love that because I thought, you know, if you feel like, you know, why hope? Why, you know, hope that things quote unquote get better? First of all, they are better. They are getting better every day. But if you are hopeful, that is such a radical, that's it, a radical form of rebellion. Like, yes, that's the rebellious part of me going, I'm going to keep on hoping. Release that leg, both knees to chest. And then both feet to the floor. I want you to lift your hips off the ground, shift them over to the left edge of your mat, take the knees back toward your chest, and allow the knees to roll to the right. Opening up the arms again, feeling your posture, your shoulders. Remember, you can always use a block, a blanket, anything between or underneath the knees. I forgot to cue that. But if you need it, go ahead and grab it. And soften the jaw and just allow yourself to be in your twist. You can move the left arm around if you want. You can take the right hand to the knees if you want. Don't have to. Big deep breath. Good. One more deep breath here in this lovely twist. And take the knees up one at a time, maybe. Feet to the floor, your hips shift back to the middle of your mat, and then we lift and shift over to the right edge. Draw the knees to chest, take the knees over to the left. Hips to the right, knees to the left. Arms out, stretching out through the shoulder. Take a deep breath in, everyone. Exhale, let it go. And just know that you are okay. It's going to be okay. Life is going to be okay. And as you're ready, let those knees come back to center. And let's get ready for Shavasana. I would invite you to take your blanket. Again, wish I'd cued this so you wouldn't have to sit back up. And take that blanket roll underneath either your knees or the top parts of your thighs, backs of thighs, so that you can come down all the way down into a lovely Shavasana and fully relax through the upper body and the lower body. So that blanket roll would go under your knees. And again, for some, up at the top of your back thighs feels better. And then feel the shoulders soften to the floor. If you need a small pillow or something to keep your head, neck neutral, go ahead and use that. And take a deep breath into your whole body, your whole spine, your whole posture, and let that go. And just breathe. Relax your jaw. And allow hopefulness to permeate your body. Soften down. Feel yourself get softer still. Those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. It's amazing how quickly class can go. Take a nice deep breath as you draw your knees to your chest and just hug those knees in. Rock side to side, allow the knees to roll to one side, curl all the way into fetal pose. And take a moment here to remind yourself that you are pure love. And as you're ready, press all the way up to your seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom and to the radical idea of hope. As an act of rebellion, let us all be hopeful. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.